What's going on, everybody? Happy Friday. We got another Hoop Sense and another guest co-host. Zach Harper's joining us. Zach, what's going on, man?
Yes. Oh man, fired up, man.
There-
We're deep in this playoff. We got teams getting knocked out left and right. We're down to one game a night.
Oh my
I love
God.
this.
I know this is more of an East Coast problem, but it was like 11 last night. And I was like, I can go to bed. This is
I
fine.
don't know, man. I lived on the East Coast for maybe 2 playoffs, like back in like 14 and 15. And
Yeah.
I don't know how you guys do. I'm a West Coast guy, and so like that was, you know what it was it was a Clippers Rocket series, so they were hacking DeAndre Jordan and they were hacking Dwight Howard, and I was like, I can't do this. I gotta go. Like I gotta go west. Like this is madness. I don't know how you guys do this.
I
like,
love
this
the
is
idea that
crazy.
it wasn't a career, it wasn't a relationship. It was like I cannot watch hack of something at 1:30 in the morning.
1:30 in the morning. I'm watching DeAndre Jordan and Dwight Howard take free throws. No, I can't.
I'll tell you, 10 years ago, I could do it. 10 years ago, I loved it. I loved that. It was like, oh, late night hoops. Now I'm like, I can't hang. And then because I'm still getting up at the same time and I feel awful. I just feel awful.
Oh yeah. No,
and I was fine through the first round. And now at the end of the second round, I'm just dead and overly caffeinated. And that's where
I'm sure you see those like 8 p.m. starts on the East Coast. You're like, oh, this is great. Yeah.
Yeah. One game, 8 o'clock. I can do that. Yeah. It's when with those 10 p.m.s, I just gun in mouth. All right, let's get going. We've got Celtics Knicks tonight. Game 6 is going on. I'm in New York, so there's a lot of orange and blue. It's like it's an electric environment right now. Everybody's got their phone out and recording everything as they walk around the streets. Do you think anything from Game 5 is like repeatable, or do you think that was like desperation, back against the wall, release the Kornet and like a one-time thing?
Yeah, I don't know if Luke Kornet is repeatable. That seemed out of nowhere. I mean, we were like yesterday, Amin Al-Hassan and I were doing radio, and at one point we just went on this. We were calling him JaPale McGee. We called him Dwight Howard. We call him Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. My friend Ian Carmel called him Hakeem Olajuwon today. I mean, he went nuts, right? Like it was crazy. But I don't think Luke Kornet is repeatable, although like some Celtics writers and people I know are like, no, this dude, like he can do it. I'm like, I don't think he can. Like that's crazy. But I think their style of play is, because I actually think, like, not that they're better without Tatum, like that's crazy. Mm-hmm. But I think when they have Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, I think they can get into this like mode of like, well, those guys can take anybody off the dribble. Those guys can do whatever. They can create whatever. So we don't necessarily have to play a certain style. I think when one of those guys are removed, or even both those guys are removed, but when one of them's removed, they're kind of forced into that, get into the middle of the paint, move the ball, swing, cut, all that stuff, right? And so I think in those moments, like, they don't have a choice. They're not just going to go Jaylen Brown, ISO, do what you want. Maybe in the games, but like not throughout the entirety of the game. And so I think it forces them into that team-oriented flow. And so like if they're doing that and they're hitting shots,
right,
man, that offense can cook. Now, if they're not hitting shots, and maybe that's going to be the difference between home and away, because your role players just shoot better at home than away historically. I'm curious how that looks, but I do think the style of play almost has to be repeated because of Tatum's absence.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty fun seeing them go to that like 3-guard lineup with White, Holiday, and Pritchard out there all at the same time.
Yeah.
And yeah, there was a play specifically where Pritchard, I think, had the ball behind the 3-point line, and I think he got 14 threes up last night. So it was surprising that he didn't take it. But he then like cut into the paint, drove hard, and then like kicked it back out for a wide open 3. And it was like, yeah, that feels like something we should have been doing the whole time. That's you did basketball. All season long. All season long, you guys did it. So yeah, I'm curious to see if you're right though. Like it's easy to be like, yeah, this offense can continue to do it as long as they shoot 40% from 3. It'll happen. I'm also curious too if the Knicks, run plays, if they run plays, just any sort of offensive set. It was weird. I know, like fourth quarter, it's like, hey, let's just clear out, let Brunson cook, let him get his stuff. It felt like they started that in the second quarter, and they weren't. The ball wasn't moving around, and I don't know if they just kind of got overwhelmed by the flow of the 3-point falling for the Celtics. But it was really bizarre to see them just like not run play. They just weren't moving the ball. They looked like the Celtics fourth quarter offense. That's what it looked like.
Yeah, it was super like just stagnant and constipated, right? Like it was like there was nothing going. And you know, they've got to get Jaylen Brown off of him, right? Like they've got to set enough screens and like Cat and Mitchell Robinson like really got to set screens to get Jaylen Brown off of Jalen Brunson. Because him going one-on-one, like I mean, Brunson's awesome. He can do it. But it's just so much harder against him than it is against Derek White or Drew Holiday, which those are great defenders too. But you got to find a shorter, lesser defender. And Drew at this point with the injuries he's had this year, like he's not the Drew Holiday of the last couple of years.
Yeah.
You'd rather Jalen go against him, but you know, it's interesting. Like back in the day, back in the 90s, as Patrick Ewing was getting older, he would battle Alonzo Mourning, and Zoe was like, you know, younger, more athletic, stronger at that point, better, but he wouldn't kill Ewing in these matchups, right? And it's why New York would I was talking about this with Amin yesterday, and like why New York would still like come out on top most of the time against the Heat is because they weren't exploiting that. You get like there was like this reverence, right? You get the same kind of vibe I'm getting with Cat. Cat should be destroying this version of Al Horford. He should be going at him, and like Al's great historically. Al's a great defender. Al is too slow at this point and not big enough to contend with Cat. And Cat is such a special scorer. I get it. Cat's a joke on the internet, all this stuff. Cat is a legit 25 point per game scorer who can score anywhere on the floor. He's faster, he's bigger, he's stronger than what Al Horford can do at this point. I want to see them go to him early. Obviously, you got to be wary of like the dumb offensive fouls that Cat will do. But I want to see like quick attacks against Horford. You start getting that defense to suck into the paint to guard that, then it opens things up for like Josh Hart and OG and McHale and Jalen Brunson. And like that, I'd like to see them play a little bit more inside in that matchup when they have it.
Yeah, this is like the second straight series where I was like, oh, well, the Knicks' clear advantage is Cat. Like against the Pistons, I thought Cat was just going to bring Duren out with range. Yeah, that's not Duren's strength, right? And then in this series, I was like, oh, what are they? They're going to KP. It's unclear. Or no, they know what KP has. They're just not telling anybody, which is
I think it's bronchitis. Because like that's the thing, like it's unless it's like a 28 days later situation, he's turning into a zombie slowly. Like he's had this thing since like February, and bronchitis is like the one thing that can keep flaring up and you can't breathe.
Listen, as somebody who worked in higher education for a while with college students, I understand the HIPAA violations.
Sure.
I think it'd be
I'm not his doctor. Easy. Yeah, I'm not his doctor. I'll speculate. I think it's bronchitis.
I just if it's bronchitis, I don't know. Tell everybody. Just tell everybody, just so we can stay off the internet with
exactly.
or I don't need RFK Jr. telling us what we think KP's dealing with.
Yeah.
Just, you know,
or have him commentate during the game and just speculate. Either one. Yeah.
That's the last thing we need is somebody who sounds like they're swallowing the microphone while they talk to commentate on the game. But yeah, I thought for sure we would see Cat in this series just beat him down low, whether it's going by him or just like overpowering him. I think we had that one game. I don't know if it was game 2 or game 3 where he had like 21 and 17. He had like a really solid one solid line so far. And then you're right, man. We did see like the dumb foul thing yet, like the first two, whatever. That third foul after Derek White blocked him, and then that is vintage Karl Anthony Towns dumb foul.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. I thought for sure he would be the advantage, and I think,
but also like Al's like his like mentor, right? And it's kind of the whole Pat Ewing Lonzo thing where it's like, I get it, you love this dude, he's done a lot for you, kill him, like go destroy him. Like
he's gonna still talk to you after.
Exactly. Go drop 40 on his ass. Like make him sub out of the game.
Yeah, I think we'll know early. Like if they watched any sort of tape and took anything from the last game, they're just gonna be like, Cat, we need you, man. Just like immediately establish yourself early. We shouldn't be talking about Luke Kornet as much as we are. Can you please put him into the ground? Put him into the ground. The other thing, and I'm originally from Massachusetts, so I lean on the Celtics side of things. My biggest frustration with this entire series is that the Knicks celebrity fans. Their celebrity fans are more present in the away games than we have our own celebrity fans in Boston. And I don't know what the hell happened that we have We have silver medalist Wahlberg. We don't even have gold medal Wahlberg. And then we've got, some members of Barstool. But like normally it's just, here's the head coach of the New England Patriots, Mike Vrabel. That can't be the first guy.
That can't be it.
Right? Where are the Damons, the Afflecks? Like where? I know. I think
like you can't even get Edelman in there now. Like
yes, podcast legend Edelman. There's nobody else. There's nobody else.
It is a weak celebrity fan base, especially if you're not getting Mark Wahlberg in there. Like you got it. I don't care what. I know he's got to get up at 3:30 in the morning to pray and lift weights and journal or whatever he does. Like the original Ashton Hall or whatever the hell the guy's name is. Like I understand he's got to do that, but yeah, it's funny because like I'm really disappointed in the Celtics fan base.
It sucks, man.
That arena was loud for the Knicks.
No,
you will not hear that tonight. The other way. In Madison Square Garden. Like that, I get it. You're going to sell some tickets. You're going to make a couple grand off your tickets, and that's going to pay for whatever. I get it. It's a good economic decision. That the Celtics fan base used to mean something.
Yeah, and this is the first time I can remember something like this happening. Like even in those Isaiah Thomas runs, where no one really thought they were going to do anything. Yeah, that would never happen. And maybe this is just because it's the Knicks, and this is the first time the Knicks have been in like a meaningful playoff series like this. I mean, not that last season wasn't meaningful, but it was the Pacers and everybody was hurt. It was different. And this one, they had a chance to like finish them off in Boston. But yeah, I couldn't believe it. I could not believe how loud it was. And then, again, we've got no celebrity juice. Yeah. Like the 15th row tonight is in Madison Square Garden will have more celeb power than courtside in Boston.
Yeah, I mean, they can't even fit them all into like coming back from a commercial break. Like they've got to split that into like 4 or 5 timeouts just to get all the Knicks fans in. Yeah,
it's incredible. Although I want to hate Chalamet, but like, man, he seems to be locked in.
He's a legit,
like he might be listening to this.
Fan. Yeah.
He's a dork with it. I love that.
Yeah.
And I love that he was going through it. Those photos were great after the fact.
He was going through it. Yeah.
Yeah. He was not happy. Do you think the Celtics have any shot at making this a game 7?
For sure. Because they are such a great shooting team, even without Tatum. Like that, they can replicate that kind of shooting. Like they've been uncharacteristically bad on open and wide open 3-pointers in this series. And some of that is the Knicks rushing them into shots, and it's been some solid defense and everything. And some of that's just like they're just missing shots.
Yeah.
Like some of it's just unexplained, like you're just missing shots. I do think I'm still picking the Knicks to close this out tonight. But like there's a big part of me that thinks the Celtics can still win this series. Like not just force a game 7, but like because if you force a game 7, it's at home, like all that pressure on the Knicks, like you've gotta you get into the situation. Like I know there was injuries last year, but you get into that situation of like, oh no, not again.
Yeah, that was kind of my take for tonight. Like I know the Knicks have won every single close game. I feel like if this is a close game, this will feel different than games 1, 2, and whatever it was 4.
Yeah,
just because that the pressure's different. Like before, you were kind of the underdog trying to slay the defending champ, but now you take out Tatum, and it's like you're supposed to finish this off. And so I want, if it is like a couple possession game in the 4th quarter, I'm curious how the celebs react inside the Garden. Like I feel like there'll be a little bit.
Tracy
tighter.
Morgan is absolutely throwing up again. Absolutely.
Man. Oh man, yeah, God, there's so many people tweeted that video out. That made me so uncomfortable when it happened. Like even brands were doing it.
Yeah, I don't need the still shot either, man. Like, just tell me he threw up. I'm good.
Yeah, and then tell me he's okay. But I'll put the same energy into when he was okay.
Exactly.
All right. I think that. Oh, the last thing that I wanted to touch upon. Did you see the video going around of after they lost? After the Knicks lost the other night on 7th Ave. There was this guy, Josh Rodriguez. I'll quote him. He tweeted out a video. Everybody on 7th Ave just kind of like losing their mind. They were doing the Ninja Turtle, like "Go New York, go New York, go."
Yeah.
To me, I feel like that's a bad sign.
Man, it's these things where you set yourself up for memes.
Yeah.
That's the thing where I'm always like, I even try to be careful of like, look, you got to put on an entertainment product, and you got like, it's like, I don't want to say content creator, but like, as you're like doing whatever, like there are certain things where like, yeah, you got to entertain, right? You don't want to set yourself up to be a meme. Now, fans are different, whatever, but you're still like, you're in the arena. You don't want to be like, oh my God. And then you get hit on the Jumbotron, you get hit on TV, right? Like, because then
Right.
you're a meme. Like, you do these things in public, you know that people are filming the streets. And yes,
Yeah.
you're like, Knicks fans are amazing and they're cheering and they have these moments and the community is amazing and everything. That can come back to bite you as a meme. And you just gotta, I think you gotta wait. You gotta wait until that win happens, then go nuts. Go Philly. Start eating like cop horse shit and all that stuff. Like, do whatever, but like, well, not that far. That's crazy. Don't go Philly. Never go Philly. But anything below that line, go up to it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was expecting them, like, I still figured they'd get some content out of it. I just thought they'd be angry, like, be upset, like, oh, I can't believe we let it go. But they're doing and that's the best chant we got is go New York, go New York, go. That's not even your chant, it's the Ninja Turtles.
Oh yeah, that's team. It's Secret of the Ooze, man. Like that's a Vanilla Ice thing. Like it's not even this Ninja Turtle. That's Vanilla Ice. You can't do that.
You don't want to do that. That's the only thing that I do think the Knicks closed it out. But if they don't, I'm blaming. It's not because the Celtics lost Tatum. It's not because they went small.
No, it's that.
It's that
video.
It's that right there.
Absolutely.
Let's do OKC Denver, which was last night too. That I'm just having fun, and I have no idea what's like. I feel like anytime I've tried to plant a flag with I understand what's going on. I don't. I don't understand what's going on
at all.
Jalen Williams hits a big shot in Game 5, and I was like, he's figured it out, man. J-Dub's arrived, and then he was like, well,
dude.
I mean, last night was nuts. I hope most people, I know we're in the like time where it's really fun to just tear people down on the internet. I don't want to see this happen to this man. No. And he's making it real hard. I mean, that was a really tough game for him last night.
He's shooting 33% in the series, 21% from three. Like he's been
so bad.
Like he's he's played good defense and he's moved the ball and everything. And he's trying to get to the free throw line. Like he's trying to play well, right? Yeah. Obviously. But he just can't hit a shot. I mean, he's missing layups and dunks in transition. Like, I mean, I don't know if it's just he's missing or if he's in his head or what, but like he is such a good dude and such a good pro already at such a young age. And I mean, he's an all-star. Like he might be all NBA third team this year. Like he's incredible. He's had a great season. But man, I mean, he had a rough series last year when they got eliminated by Dallas. Like he had a rough series then too. And so I don't want to say like the lights are too bright, and he's got a tough assignment. Like he's got to deal with Aaron Gordon. He's got to switch out on Jamal Murray. Like he's got a lot to do. I'm sure he's exhausted, but that's the job, man. Like you gotta step up and knock down some shots.
Yeah, I think everybody's probably pretty tired. You know what I mean? Like, I think they're all probably pretty tired.
Series seems exhausted. I'm tired watching it. Like I'm prone on the couch. And I'm like, I need a breather. I need someone to take a timeout here.
It's nuts, man. Even the game on what was it on Sunday? Was that Game 4 where like no one hit a shot for like an hour and a half, and I still was like, this is the best series. Like this is the best missed shots I've seen in a while. Like it is a lot of fun. I just don't, again, like Denver wins and I'm like, oh man, well, it's the best player in the series. I assume they're gonna go in and Jokic is gonna close it out. And because I feel that way, I assume now they're going to lose. Like I just can't get a handle on who's gonna arrive. It weirdly just feels like Russ, because this is how this series has gone, that we either get like good Russ or bad Russ on Sunday, and then that decides who goes forward. And I'm kind of here for it.
It does feel fitting that he would decide it in OKC, good or bad.
Yeah,
good or bad. Like, it does feel very fitting. Like, it's funny. Like, the internet part of this whole series has really bothered me. You mentioned the whole like Jalen Williams part of it. After Game 1, Jokic was unreal, right? They win that game. Denver wins that game, and you get the whole like, we saw who the real MVP is. I guess I bet voters are, and then. Games 2, 3, and 4, he shot 33%.
Yeah,
18% from the field, or 18%
billion turnovers,
more turnovers than assists. Where were the comments about the real MVP and all that? Like, I hate the revisionist stuff. Like, and everyone's like, I know it's a regular season award, but no, stop there. Regular season award. You can still think Jokic was the MVP. I'm a voter. I struggle with that vote all season long. I ended up voting for Shea because to me, the tiebreaker was team success. Yeah. And I don't like doing the thing of like, I don't like the the make-believe stuff now. Like I used to kind of do this as a thought exercise, and now I've just decided to abandon it of like, well, if you switch them and sit up, like, no, let's deal with what's in front of us, right? Like I've gotten away from that. Like, let's deal with what's in front of us. None of this, if you did this and if you did that. No, let's just go with what the information we have and what we watched. So I gave Shea the tiebreaker of like his team won 18 more games. 18. Yeah. That's a lot. Like
that's a good tiebreaker.
Yeah, that's a lot. And and like they were a lot better with him on the court than with him off the court, right? So like and obviously same with Jokic with Denver. And then them firing Malone at the end of the season, I'm like, I don't know if you can win MVP if your coach gets fired. Like that's another weird aspect to it where I wasn't like planning on factoring that in, right? Whatever, but like it doesn't have to be a referendum. Also, where the hell is this MVP award?
Okay, thank you. What's going on? This is weird.
Okay, so I did some journalism. I actually did some journalism on this. I've been talking to people. I've been emailing the league office, and I did research. So obviously, we're not getting this announcement today. We're not going to get it on Saturday. We're not going to get it on Sunday. We're getting it next week. That means this will be the latest the MVP has been announced since 1998.
Okay.
Now, you may remember in the 90s, it used to be we would get the MVP announcement in the conference finals. It'd be either game 1 or game 2. We would get the MVP announcement. Hey, Jordan won it. Hey, Karl Malone won it. Hey, Charles Barkley, whatever. Remember that David Robinson, Hakeem Olajuwon battle where Hakeem watched David Robinson get that MVP award and then destroyed him in 1995? Right. That was game 2. I believe David Robinson got that award ceremony. So, I since then, since 2000, I think 4 or 5 times we've gotten the announcement after May 10th. So this is like unprecedented. I emailed the league office, talked to some people, was told it's hard to schedule these things. There's no rhyme or reason. Like there's no reason why. Bullshit.
Yeah.
That I don't believe it. I think this is trying to not make it a storyline. I haven't gotten confirmation of this. I've had some people say like, yeah, I think that too, but no one will like confirm it. But I think it's trying to not make it a distraction, which is terrible marketing for this series.
Yeah.
Terrible marketing.
I get there is part of me that understands where they're like, listen, we don't want, especially after how no one could have a normal conversation about the Jokic and MVP race, that they're like, let's just hope people forgot about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. Like this would have been so fun. I think it is weird now to do it right before Game 7. That feels crazy. I think they should do it from a marketing thing because that would be fun. But I get why they don't want to do that. I understand that. But it was really weird because I even like last week, I think I just remember like trying to Google and figure out like when do they give it out, and they're like, oh, the week of the 12th or whatever. And then I was like, okay, so maybe they're doing it on a night where like the Eastern Conference is playing, whatever.
Right.
Yeah, but so bizarre. That is so bizarre that they're just pushing it and not saying anything. Like
I try. Like I talked to a bunch of people, and like no one would give me a real answer. Like just a lot of like, oh, it's hard to schedule. Like I'm like, no, it's not. You have the results.
Yeah, they have 30. They have to figure out an entire fucking NBA season schedule. Yeah. You're telling me you can't figure out when to give out the MVP award?
You know when you just gave out some bullshit like friendship award or whatever you did. Like I don't like that's like you can we don't care about that one. We don't even know what the hustle award is.
No,
like, you can give this out whenever you want to. And so and think about it this way, right? Let's say Denver wins on Sunday. You have now, and Shea wins the MVP, which I think everyone believes like Shea won the vote, right? You have now ruined that press conference.
Mm-hmm.
You've ruined that press conference because he has lost that series with Jokic, and now he's got to go have that press conference. They're like, hey, you won MVP. How does it feel? He's gonna it's gonna suck. Now, if he wins on Sunday and then wins MVP, whatever that ceremony is before Game 2 or whenever they do it, that's gonna be great. It's gonna be a great moment in the arena. But now you have set this up to potentially be super disappointing.
Yeah,
that makes it worse.
It does make it worse. That's a pretty big gamble for them. I'm surprised. Like when it went 2-2, I was like, oh, I bet they do it before Game 5. Like it was like we're in the middle of this middle of the series, still some ways to go or whatever. I thought that's when it was happening. And I honestly thought I had missed it. Like I was at a wedding this past weekend, and I was like, oh, they must have announced it. I like couldn't believe it hadn't been announced.
Yeah.
It's just like, all right, guys, we're waiting.
Yeah.
We're waiting. I'll thank you for doing some actual
Yeah.
journalism, though. I
I'm not.
appreciate.
I mean, I'm taking the next couple of months off of doing
Yeah.
journalism, but yeah, I tried. Yeah.
Well, and I hope Trey is listening back to this, so when he comes back, that is now the expectation of the co-host is to do journalism before getting here.
Just once a year, Trey. That's all you got to do. Just once a year.
Do you think? I guess is Julian Strother Western Conference Luke Kornet? Is that what we learned?
I mean, yeah, it's funny. It's funny. Like everyone last night was like, "Oh, they found a new guy." I was like, "He's been there."
Yeah.
It's not like they signed him yesterday. It's like, hey, like he's been there. Like I don't know. It's funny to me. Like David Alderman has been doing all the stuff that got Mike Malone fired because that roster sucks. Yeah. That roster's not good. Like the roster is like you've got the best player in the world, and then a couple of guys that you like. They're pretty good. Hopefully, they're healthy enough to show up.
Yeah,
and then just a bunch of dudes.
And then just dudes, man. Just dudes. Yeah. Zeke Naji still collecting checks, baby.
Oh my God, good agent. Zeke Naji, good agent.
Great agent.
Dario Sarge, good agent. Like this is like,
that's another one. Somebody mentioned that recently on a podcast, and I was like, I forgot he was still there. Assumed
I saw him celebrate something off the bench last night. He like got off the bench and celebrated maybe a dunk or something. I was like, oh shit, Dario's still on the team.
Yeah. And then DeAndre Jordan, I feel like he's supposed to be in the James Johnson role for like the Pacers, right? Where he's supposed to be in street clothes high-fiving. And he is still suited up for the Nuggets. And I think that is an indictment on the front. That's why Calvin Booth is not there.
Does this dude like DeAndre must have like a great like 20-minute stand-up set he does every halftime. Or just like just to get the guys loose or whatever. Like I mean, he must be the best teammate in the world.
Yeah,
I know he's a good dude, but he must be the best teammate that's ever existed.
Black Scalabrini. That's it. Because that's what I swear Brian Scalabrini got paid for so long. I mean, he's still getting paid, I think, just for being a fun hang now at this point. Man, do you have a lean in this one either way? Or you're just like, I'm excited to have fun and watch it.
Yeah, I'm excited to have fun and watch. No, I'm with you. Like, I feel like every time I think I have a hold on this series, I have a hang of it, like the other thing happens. So like I'm just like, I have no idea what I could absolutely see. I could see OKC winning by 40 on Sunday. I could see them winning by 2. I could see Denver, Jokic just dragging them across the finish line. I have no idea.
When the Jamal Murray Q tag came out yesterday with the illness, I was like, oh, this is it. This is it. This was a good run.
Oh, same. Yeah.
And then he went nuts too. Also, I just saw we had a little super chat here from our guy, Top Shot Tesla. He said, let's go Hoop Sense on a Friday. Another great collab. Here for all the J-Dub slander. All right.
Oh, no. Come on.
That's right. Yeah. He follows from channel to channel to get some J-Dub slander. No, we were rooting. I'm not saying I'm rooting for the Thunder. I'm rooting for J-Dub to have a good game, just so this isn't
such a good dude.
Yeah.
You don't like J-Dub? Yeah.
I love J-Dub. I love J-Dub. He's funny. All right, what else we got here? We're sending the Warriors went home. Wolves get to just wait. They get to just hang out. And I'm sure they were big fans of Denver winning game 6, so they can like hang out and relax and rest a little bit more. Or they wanted to get back on the court right away because Julius Randle has turned into, I don't know, Wilt Randle.
Oh my God.
Incredible. And I don't believe anybody that told me they saw this coming.
No. There's this thing that was going out the other day after they won. It was like the Julius Randle apology form. And it was like one of the things was like, I don't watch basketball. It was like, no, I watch this dude get all NBA twice. He's never played like this.
No.
Even the all NBA seasons, he has never played this well.
No.
This is the best basketball of his career. And by the way, he didn't play like this for most of the season. No. He was injured and missed 15 games or something like that, and came back, and he's been like this the last 2 months. Like, this isn't just a playoff thing. Like, he was playing like this once he came back from I can't remember if it was an ankle or knee injury, whatever the injury was. And just like a switch flipped, and he was playing defense, and he was knocking down threes, and he was moving the ball, and he was doing everything that you need him to do. And you keep waiting. It's like, all right, this is going to be the game where like he's got a little too much dip on his chip, and he's gonna, he's gonna like go back to the bad Julius Randle, and like no, like it's the personality is fitting in with everything that they want team culture wise. The play is fitting in with everything they're asking him to do. The jumper is wet, like I mean, he is making every great decision. Like he's being a bully in the paint, like everything you want him to do, he's doing. And like, no, there is no apology. Like he has changed his game completely.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. I don't know if you owe people an apology when they change. You know, like I don't think
Right? Yeah.
that's. That's not. I don't. I'm not. I didn't do
Yeah.
anything
If I
wrong.
stop being a shitty person, like then like it's not like, hey, apologize to me. Like I've changed.
Yeah.
Like that's that's
That's
not
just not how it works. That's
yeah.
not how it works. He seemed like because when he was in New York, he had that All NBA season right where he was balling.
Yeah.
I don't remember him having this much fun though. He seems like he's having a really good
Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
right?
And I
Like the
think
energy
like
feels good.
I think a big part of that is just Ant. Like
Uh-huh.
Ant just changes that like he is I think they've found just a connection, off the court
Mhm.
that is permeated to the court. And like Ant just has that personality. He just like he has with it, like he had it to help, and part of this was Carl, you know, seeing, being a veteran and seeing where things were going, accepting
Mhm.
it. But Carl had a tough time with Jimmy in a lot of respects, but trying to figure out that hierarchy, right? And Jimmy
Right.
like deferred at first, and then was like, "Oh, you're not the guy I need you to be. I'm going to take over this because I'm trying to win." Right? And
Right.
there was a big battle with that, and so when he saw Ant come up in like year 2 of Ant, he's like, "Oh no, like this is probably the guy." And Ant's personality and is so infectious that it made it easier. And then Julius comes in, and a few months later, like I mean, he seems so happy playing
Yeah.
basketball on
It's
and off the court. Like he just seems so happy. Whereas, like you're right, like even the All NBA season, like he just seems so angry all the time. And some guys like are fueled by that. Like
sure.
that's why they're good. But like I've never seen Julius seem happy and like dominate basketball.
Yeah, like even that celebration that he had in game 5 where he's like pointing right at the camera
Yeah,
and like
yeah, yeah.
I'd never seen him do anything like with a smile he was doing it.
No.
And I'm glad you said the thing about Ann. I mentioned that earlier. I think it was either today or yesterday that I think I have to recalibrate how I view Anthony Edwards just because I'm like, oh yeah, he's this high flying guy, incredible on the court, like just
Yeah,
the next Jordan, whatever you want to say. But like his leadership, I think, is a real thing. And I don't know,
yeah,
sometimes we don't give young people the credit for being able to have that ability because they're like, well,
yeah,
they haven't gone through it yet. But I mean, damn, he's made Randall have a good time and likable. You mentioned Cat. Rudy seems to be, having a good time and is
they like
like,
Rudy.
they
Rudy's
like
not a
Rudy.
liked person in the league, and they
Yeah,
like Rudy is like someone they embrace and they accept. And I don't think it's all Ant. Like Mike Conley's also a
sure.
big part. Like Mike's just such a great veteran to have. But like, yeah, man, they just found that mixture.
Yeah, and like even Finch too, I feel like he's done a good job. That's the thing that I have a tough time figuring out where Minnesota is right now, just because
Yeah,
they played the Lakers, who were like, we're not interested in centers, and then they played the
yeah,
Warriors, who didn't have Steph. So it's kind of hard to gauge. But
yeah.
the thing that I like about them so much, everybody just seems to know exactly what they're doing on that team.
Absolutely.
There's no confusion. Like we know who Ant is. We know like some nights it's Rudy night, some nights it's Nas Reed night. Like they've got
Right.
8 guys, right? It's not the
Right.
weird thing about OKC, and the Pacers do this sometimes, but they've been more effective. Is they'll just like, hey, we're playing 13 guys tonight. Is that cool with you?
Yeah.
Where and normally that's not cool.
It's just
Normally,
a wave of guys. Like everyone's gonna play defense. Everyone's gonna be hell to play with. Like this is just what we're doing. Yeah.
yeah, OKC last night. I was like, oh, this is all garbage time. I was like, no, these are all double-digit minute guys. I'm like, come
Yeah.
on, that's too many. But with Minnesota, I feel like they just have a core 8 that who's going out there every single night, unless it's like a blowout.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Finch has done a really good job with that team too. He again, like just pressing some buttons. So I'm excited for whoever they play. I'm sure they'll be like a slight underdog in the next round.
Yeah.
But they seem to be like, if they play the Hornets, it'll be a close game. But if they play the Thunder, it'll also be a close game with Minnesota. Like
The
they
Nuggets.
will. Oh no. Oh no, no. Oh, I meant Hornets, just like that they play up or down kind of to,
Oh, got you. Yeah, yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
it'll
Yeah,
be
oh, got you. Yeah, yeah. No,
yeah,
they play down to competition. Like, because
yeah,
even they should have killed the Warriors every game
right.
without Steph. Like they should have killed them every game. And it's like, oh, they're kind of like just messing around, like that whole playing with their food thing. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm excited for whoever they take on in the next series. Warriors, I mean, I'm just happy we don't have to watch them anymore. That was a tough
Really?
thing.
Oh, without Steph. Yeah.
Without oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Steph's
yeah.
in,
Yeah,
let's
yeah, yeah.
hang out all the time. But no
Yeah.
Steph. That was so
I
much Pajemski.
I look, I understand he's a good player
Yeah,
for his role and everything.
for sure.
I cannot watch him play basketball.
No.
There
Do you
is
think it's the hair?
something
Is it
for
just
me,
too
like he is such an ugly jump shot. Like
yeah.
even when it's going, like I cannot watch that like mousetrap ass like jumper, like pull back and like go like it is just like
good.
it's three to 5 business days to get that thing off. I just like it takes forever. Like
yeah, it's tough.
Just let it fly. Just let it go. I can't watch him play basketball. I'm not interested in guys that take charges like that. I think that is sucker stuff. Like go make a play on the ball. Like stop taking charges. I think charges are for dorks. Like I'm out on that. like go play some defense, move the ball. Like he's really good at what he does, but I cannot watch him play basketball. And then the hair, I don't like Jack Harlow, so I don't like anyone that tries to look like Jack Harlow. That's what I assume he's doing with the hair. Like it's not for me. But yeah, like I was surprised that that just Jimmy didn't do more. Obviously, I'm a big Jimmy Butler guy. Behind me, like a big Jimmy Butler. I'm shocked that he didn't do more. And they just don't have shooting.
Yeah,
they don't.
With the Jimmy too, Jimmy was clearly like not 100% too, right? And I also wonder if he was like looking around, being like, what
am I gonna do here? Like,
maybe we get one more game, but like, how far are we going realistically? Like, I don't know. I did feel bad for like that's how Steph went out this season, but they go figure out what we're gonna do in the offseason. Let's get Kuminga somewhere else so we don't have to talk about the Kuminga relationship anymore. I'm done. It's like 3 years of this, man. I don't want to hear it. And
I'm all good. Just break up.
Yeah,
like just
and we
don't want to see you guys. We don't want to go out with you guys and see you fight at the bar again.
No,
we don't want to do that. No.
Like we immediately got a report that they're like, oh yeah, they're looking at sign and trade. No shit. They're looking at sign and trade.
That's shocking.
Good. Yeah, we're good, guys. I don't know. Anything else on? Any other like parting Golden State takes?
I am interested. I'm very excited for what they do next season. Like how that looks. Like I want to see like what they look like in terms of like, I think they found something like Quentin Post is good. That dude's good. Yeah. Like he barely played this year. He only played like 40 regular season games, but I think he's like a real find. I still like Moses Moody is good. I still think they don't really know what to do with him or how to use him or when to use him. Buddy Hield should be a better shooter than what he did this year. I felt like I went 4 months without seeing him hit a shot, and then all of a sudden against Houston, he started making shots again. But they need to bring in like 2 more shooters.
Yeah.
2 more shooters and maybe a backup point guard. But like if they can bring in a couple of role players there on the cheap that will round that out, I mean, the way they finish the season, they are good enough to win a championship. Yeah. I mean, it's a good combination, but as we saw, you're one hamstring away from just looking awful.
Awful. I wouldn't mind if they got one more big boy too, so that
they need some size. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Just so he doesn't have to play 5 the whole season. But yeah, I'm excited for them too. I was like that. I was halfway through. I think it was game 4. I'm like, let's forfeit. I don't need to.
That's the thing too of like, especially like game 5 until it became a blowout, like or it became like you knew Minnesota was going to win. It's like, can you guys stop turning the ball over? Can we just get this over with? Like that shit, like I don't want a game 6 here. Like you're gonna win. Like let's get this over with.
Where was it like back-to-back possessions? I think where Ant got ripped right at the and I was like, stop it, please.
Was it Van Gundy on the call? Like he was even like, he's just messing around with the ball right now. Like he needs to get it together. Like,
you can't get ripped by Buddy, man. You can't get ripped by Buddy
at all. Yeah.
The other team that's hanging around waiting are the Pacers, they're fun. I don't know. I feel like we've talked about them to death, like on hundreds of different podcasts at this point. But I'm just like excited for whoever they're going to play because they're just super tough. And another team that's like deep and can play a couple of different ways. I'm glad everybody sees they defend now. Like I think everybody just assumed they were this like 150 mile an hour offense, but they defended the hell out of the Cavs this past series.
Yeah, no, ever since I think it's January 1st, like they were like tied for 9th in defense. Like that, like they're a complete team. They're legit. And I think everyone just assumes too, like, oh, they just jack up a bunch of threes. Like, no, this team attacks the paint. Yeah. Like that game 2 win against the Cavs, I think they outscored them 36-21 in the fourth quarter. 26 of those points were paint points. Like they are relentless in attacking the paint. Halliburton is so good at like just getting them where they need to be. Carlisle's obviously a great coach. And it's funny, like, Cleveland, I know everyone's saying like, hey, Tatum injury opens up the East and everything. I just think Cleveland's mentally weak. I don't think they have it. Like it's the 3rd season now in a row where we're like, oh, we're making excuses for them. Like I don't think they have the guys who are ready for the playoffs across the board. Whereas you look at Indiana, everybody is ready. Everybody wants that big moment. I mean, Nemhard can't shoot at all in the regular season. And then he gets the postseason. He's Robert Horry. Like it's incredible.
Incredible.
Like
and he's hitting tough threes too.
Yeah, tough threes. Like everyone in Indiana is like here for the spotlight. And they are just so mentally tough that whether it ends up being Boston or ends up being New York in the next round, both those teams are in for a hell of a war. Like that, they are going to Indiana can absolutely beat either of those teams. And I think they're probably I might pick them regardless to go to the finals. Like I think
I would. Especially if they get the Knicks, only because like you think the Celtics are built to defend a team like Brunson or a guy like Brunson with the guards that they have. Yeah. I would take the Pacers defense, I think, over that. Like just throwing Nemhard and Nesmith being like, hey, just go pick this guy up full court.
Nesmith
for the
gets
next hour.
After it, man.
Nesmith
like, oh my
crazy.
God. Yeah,
I was so happy for him. Because again, when he was drafted by the Celtics, it was like, man, I hope he's going to be able to crack this rotation and figure it out. Yeah. And it just wasn't the right time for him.
And when he was on the Celtics, like I thought he was terrible.
Yeah,
like, I would hear some stuff from the Celtics, and like they were like, no, he can play. I'm like, I'm watching him, like he sucks. Yeah, like, I don't know that he's going to stay in the league. And then he went to Indiana, and he figured it out, and not just figured out like how to stay. Like he's good.
Oh, he's really.
Like, I was completely wrong on him. Like he's so good.
Yeah, he is. I'm a big fan. I like that. I want to go back to Cleveland for a second because that warms my heart a little bit because I feel like I've been saying and unfairly, but I was like, if you need someone to score 35 points in a playoff loss, Donovan Mitchell is your guy. Like, and
well, you know what? Like, I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Like, it's
not his fault.
No, like in the leading up into this postseason, everyone's always like, "Oh, well, playoff Donovan," and I've been like, that dude's been living off this bubble thing for years now.
Yeah.
Like he's like playoff Donovan to me has not been a thing. In this series, I felt like he played great. It was more playoff Donovan was more of a thing. And there were certain points in every game where he would I think he looked around and saw a bunch of teammates who were afraid to shoot and was like, no one's going to join me. I guess I got to do this myself. And then he tried to like drag them to victories and you can't do that. You just can't do that by yourself. And ended up losing and ended up having like some bad or like a lot of shots and, big points, but like they end up being empty because he loses. But this was the first series in like years where I'm like, I don't think this was on him.
That's what
But you're right. Like dude's going to get 40 and they're going to lose.
And the game 2 performance, I was like, man, I might have to retire this take because this was incredible.
It should have won. Like they should have won that game.
That's can't believe
crazy they didn't.
I know, but we won't remember that like 6 months from now. No. Be like, oh yeah, they lost in 5 to the Pacers. But yeah, that really was like a turning point for them. And then you rush Garland back, and he clearly was. Garland
couldn't move. Yeah,
he looked so rough. I think it was game where because he came back in game 3 and he started both game 3 and game 4 with a turnover. Like in the very first possession of the game. And I was like, there's no way he does this a second time. Oh no, he does. So yeah. He clearly wasn't there. The other thing that I saw that I haven't seen a lot of people talking about this insane Dan Gilbert report, because I spent the day reading about how the Cavs are not going to be able to bring back Ty Jerome and DeAndre Hunter's pretty expensive. They blow it up. And then Dan Gilbert spent $500 million on a Cavalanche thing that they were trying to some sort of like fake snow. Let me hold on. Now I'm nervous that I'm
wait a second.
Pulling this up out of my ass here. Hold on, I swear. Let's see. 500K investment in fake snow machines. Yeah, CBS Sports report. Dan Gilbert's 500,000 investment in fake snow machines. All right, I said 500 million. So let me back that up. That would have been
$500,000 is it still seems like a lot of money on fake snow.
And and then they just get bounced in 5. Like that's tough for that report to come out. Like you got to save that, bury that for some like August news.
Dan, with all due respect, Dan Gilbert sucks.
Yeah, not a great
all
guy.
Due respect. That dude is one of the worst.
Yeah. When you say with all due respect, who are you throwing that out at? Is that at Gilbert?
Literally anybody but him.
Yeah.
That dude sucks.
Oh, just incredible. I just love that when people are like, well, so-and-so's getting paid too much. That salary's too high. I'm like, you know what? No, everybody should be overpaid because that's what owners are spending
Absolutely.
money on.
That's why I'm always for cash out. Hit that big contract. Everybody
Yeah.
like get overpaid. Be a bad
Yeah.
contract. My dream, like any coach that like gets paid and then they're fired like a few months later or a year later. My dream is to sign a big contract and then get fired almost immediately. Oh my
That's why.
God.
Listen, two things can be true. Monty Williams did a terrible job in Detroit. Monty Williams is a genius.
Genius.
I mean, he's getting paid by like 7 organizations right now.
That's an all-time grifter right there. Like that is an incredible. Like that's like $65 million to go away after winning 14 games.
Yeah,
oh
now
my
he could be a
God.
family man. He didn't want to come back to coaching because he wanted to be a family man. Well,
Yeah,
why
like
don't
coach
you
in
still
high school
be
or
a family
something?
man?
He
Yeah,
needs $65 million to coach high school. That's
just
incredible.
legendary. Put him in the
Oh my
Hall of
God.
Fame just for that.
Absolutely, he deserves
Just for
it.
that.
Yeah.
All right, I want to be conscious of time and get you out here. So because I know we had some off-season stuff. Let's do this. What is like the thing? And we can't say Giannis. Let's take Giannis off.
Right. Yeah.
What's like the off-season storyline or team or whatever that you're most excited to like dive into once this playoffs wind down?
I got 2. I'm tied with 2 here. One, I feel like I'm worried we're going to do this every summer, but please, Orlando, just get a guard. Just please go get a guard. I get it. I also like Anthony Black. I get it. I like Jalen Suggs. I hope he gets healthy again. Please go get a guard who can dribble and score and hit threes and if you get a guard, oh my God, like you're going to at least the second round, maybe the conference finals. Who knows?
Yeah.
That's such a good team, and I want them to have a guard so badly. So I hope this is the last summer we have to do this.
Yeah, after watching that first round, and it's like Paulo and Franz combining for 60, and the other 9 guys combining for like 28 every night. I'm like, come on.
We can't do this. Yeah, we can't do this. So please go get a guard, and then kind of in the same vein, but a different level. I'm excited to see what Houston does. I don't know that Houston's going to make a lot of changes. I think it would have to be the right move because I do think they really like their situation. But if they are going to make a big move for an offensive player or bring in shooters, that's such a good team. Like that is just such a good team with so many good young players. I wouldn't I don't care who's available. Like I would not move Amin Thompson. Like that dude is. Like I think he's gonna be a guy that I think could dominate without learning how to shoot. Like he can get to the basket whenever he wants. He's one of the best defenders in the league already. Like I like him. I think Şengün is awesome. I think he should be all NBA this year. Like I think he was so good.
Yeah, he was good.
Obviously, you got to figure out what this whole Jalen Green thing is. Like if you can move on from him, I just don't think he's ever going to be consistent enough, even though he's talented. They're going to keep Fred VanVleet and figure out that whole contract situation, but. Can they bring in a wing that can score? And I don't know if that's Durant. I don't know what that is, but I'm excited to see like how they shape that team because that is a team that could go crazy deep in the playoffs next year.
Yeah,
they're so good.
They are so good. Houston and San Antonio are like my 2 favorite. What are they going to do? Because I feel like Houston could very well be like, hey, we're actually good here, and we'll double check in February, maybe in February.
And I don't even think that's a bad move. Like if they feel like, hey, we're going to run it back, like I get it.
Yeah. And same thing with San Antonio. Like I feel like they could press fast forward if they wanted to and really ramp things up for this season, or do they just take the draft pick and slowly plot along on a Wemby timeline? So I'm curious. Texas basketball is back, huh? They got the Spurs with draft picks. Houston's cooking. And
gave Cooper Flag to the Mavericks. Yeah, it's just
Texas hoops is back, baby.
Yeah.
Oh man. Zach, dude, thanks so much for jumping on and filling in this week. This was great. Appreciate you. Anything we should the plug send the people to?
If you don't want to subscribe to The Athletic, which I get, not everyone wants to pay for stuff, but if you don't want to subscribe to The Athletic, I have a free newsletter from The Athletic every Monday through Friday. The Bounce. Go to theathletic.com/bounce. It's a quick read every morning in your email box. Super fun. We have a good time with it. And then Cinephobe, part of the You'll Count the Dings Network. It's me. It's Amin Al-Hassan. It's Anthony Mays making fun of bad movies every Thursday. Get that. You don't even have to listen. Just subscribe, download.
Yeah, as long as it's in the auto
leave
download.
Leave a review. Yeah, just auto download. Mute your phone. press play. Let it go
Yeah.
on through. Go about your day. Not a big deal. Yeah.
That's good advice. And then for me, well, Hoop Sense, Trey will be back, all settled in the new digs. He'll be back we should be back, I think, on Monday. And yeah, we'll be still firing up twice a week through the playoffs. And but yeah, appreciate everybody tuning in. Thanks again to Zach, and we will see you next week. Have a good weekend, y'all.